Okay. Okay. Is everything is it live? You live? I can't tell because I think I am, but yeah. Here we are live. Okay, we're live. We're live. Yeah, guys, the Steelers lost to the Seahawks, and we got a lot of things to discuss about that game. So I'm gonna be on here for a little bit. Of course, the post game show. Let me know what you guys thinking too down below. I know you guys are probably mad as well because the Steelers could have won that game, but the fourth quarter mistakes, that's what come back to hunt you. We see what happened last week. Last week we had the fourth quarter mistakes. We capitalized on that, but this week it's the opposite. They was able to capitalize on our mistakes and end up messing yourself up. So yeah, let me pull up everything I have. Pull up everything I have and get this thing ready to go. Okay, now looking at, of course, in the first half, the Steelers played pretty good in the first half. They was up 14-7 entering halftime. If you just look at the score at the end, you're like, oh, okay, the Steelers got jacked up in this game, got blown out. But actually, the fourth quarter is what kind of happened, the mishaps and that would cause you to lose and stuff, of course. What's up? Deb Snacky said we're a hot mess. Yes. Steeler chick, what's up? What's up? So we're horrible. Yes. That fourth quarter was bad. Because the first half, defense had 2 turnovers. Now, they didn't capitalize with touchdowns on both of those turnovers. Should have did that. It would have been better, of course. But they had 2 turnovers in the first half. Made some plays. We were up 14-7. We've seen a sack by, of course, Peyton Wilson. You've seen an interception by Jalen Ramsey guarding against Cooper Kupp. And then you see an interception by Herbig as well. Cam Hayward got the pressure in, took the ball in the air. But in the second half, for some reason, Steelers just didn't get anything going. Only scored 3 points in the second half and lost this game because in the fourth quarter, 2 big mistakes. Caleb Johnson, like I mentioned last week, I kept saying that Caleb Johnson was not ready to be. I don't think he should be a kick return type guy because I don't think he did that a lot. And last week he had a mishap. Remember, he bobbled the ball a little bit, had a few mishaps, of course. And then today, did not know the rules and thought the ball was going to be a touchback and bounce in there, but it's not college. And not the old NFL rules either. So the Seahawks got an easy touchdown right there. And then the defense had opportunity to get a stop when the Steelers cut the lead down to just a 1-score game. And they allowed Caleb Gainwell on a pitch to just run in there. That was just a little dump off playing conservative. He just broke the tackles and got in the end zone. And then they lost that game right there playing bad. But overall, it's just like it's the trenches, really. The trenches, like they can't protect Aaron Rodgers long enough for him to go out there and deliver the ball consistently. And they also can't get to the quarterback. And they got the quarterback a few times in this game, like better than last game. But TJ Watt, where's TJ Watt? TJ Watt made like 1 play in this game you've seen that was like highlighted, but he didn't really make those splash plays we're known for. He has 0 sacks. Jack Sawyer, the rookie, got more sacks than him so far. Peyton Wilson, who don't even play an edge rusher linebacker, he's a middle linebacker. He has more sacks than TJ Watt. TJ Watt so far hasn't really done a lot. So we need our star players to step up. So we need to see what offensive linemen are available. Yes. Preferably on the left side. Our O-line right now is just look very shaky. Rodgers can't even stay in the pocket long enough to deliver the ball out there. It's like every time he drops back, it's like somebody, like four people in his face. He got to go out there and scramble. And at the age 41, he's not going to be doing a lot of that and making a lot of big-time plays. So right now the Steelers got to find a way to adjust. Luckily, this is week 2. This is only week 2. And luckily, the loss is to NFC opponents. So that makes it a little bit better, even though it's still a loss, which is bad, of course, but it makes it a little better. We lost to the NFC opponent that won't come back to hunt you, lay down the line, of course, but this is a game right here you should have won. You had an opportunity in this game, the opportunity to win this game. The offense had mishaps, not being able to get first downs on third down, of course, as well. Then that turnover, Jalen Warren made a big-time play. Aaron Rodgers kind of got the pocket. Warren rerouted, got a dump off, caught the ball, took off, and went crazy. But what happened? Interception in the end zone. Calvin Austin, he had an opportunity to catch the ball, bobbled it up in the air, intercepted. Kendrick almost had an interception in the first half. He didn't get it, but he got it that time. So the Steelers just got to find a way to, I don't know, they got to get better in the trenches. The trenches is the main thing. That's the main thing that's kind of plaguing us right now. I don't know exactly what's happening with everything. I don't know why we can't seem to stop the run consistently. I know Kenneth Walker is a good player. We did an all right job at times, but we can't stop the run consistently. But I just don't see why we can't like get like the big time sack plays, like T.J. Watt on the edge, Alex Highsmith. He has a sack, of course, from last week, and he got injured in this game as well. He rolled his ankle. He didn't come back in this game. But Jack Sawyer and Herbig stepped up and made some plays. He had an interception. Jack Sawyer had a sack, of course, as well. They made some plays. But T.J. Watt, they paying you this big time money. You the I think the second highest paid non-player quarterback of all time, like that. Michael Parsons passed him, of course, with the 47. But T.J. Watt, you can pay all this big time money. We need you to go out there and step up. You have 0 sacks in the first 3 games. He had some tackles, of course, here and there. And he had a big hit on Sam Darnold. Almost got him a sack, but we need the splash plays. The Steelers are missing the splash plays. Jalen Ramsey brought one. Herbig, of course, got one as well. But you got to capitalize on that. We thought having Aaron Rodgers and his offense was going to be better to capitalize things, but they've been a little shaky. And then our other receivers, of course, Kevin Austin had a good game in week 1, 70 yards and a touchdown, 4 catches. But then week 2, the other guys didn't really play big-time football. Now, that could be due to the offensive line not giving enough time to throw the ball and to find those guys. But right now, we just look bad out there. Like we don't have any type of like direction or anything. So, yeah, I know it's early on. Your team is still trying to find its footing early on in games. The team's trying to find their footing, trying to get things going, trying to see how things going to work and stuff. But you got to be able to go out there and be able to run the football effectively. They did a better job this time running the football. You got to run the football effectively, and you got to be able to stop the run effectively. Let me pull these stats up, though, and go through the stats. Because the game was like, it's crazy how that can like change something. Like just one play can change everything. Kind of like last week, Kenneth Gainwell with the strip like in the special teams and get the ball back and still score, and they can have momentum going. They won that game. This week, Caleb Johnson not knowing the rules, being a rookie, not knowing the rules. Maybe that's on him. Maybe they told him the rules, he just forgot it, or maybe they didn't tell him anything because he's a rookie. He didn't know the rules or anything, letting the ball bounce, and then the Seahawks get an easy touchdown, and then that right there just turned the whole tide of the game and just killed the whole momentum of what you had. So the game can change like that. That's football for you. Let me pull these stats up, though. We 1-1. Not at the end of the world, of course. We've been in worse situations before. Remember one time we started the season off 0-2-1, I think. Or 0-1-1, it was still something that we did. I think we tied with the Browns, then we lost another game. And yeah, we had to beat the Buccaneers in that thrilling game. So yeah. Let me see. They're showing right now on my screen, George Pickens just scored a touchdown. Cowboys hit the lead. What the stats at? Oh, yeah, right there. Okay, let's put the stats up. Okay, right now, looking at the stats, Sam Darnold, he had 295 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. He turned the ball over twice, but still able to win this game. And that deep throw, too. Jalen Ramsey played good all game, but in that moment right there, he got cooked a little bit right there by JSN. JSN burst past him and got that big catch, of course, on him. And that right there was like, dang. And then you look at the other side of things, Aaron Rodgers, 23 passing yards, 1 touchdown pass to DK Metcalf. He high pointed the ball in the air. And he also had 2 interceptions thrown. Now, one interception was the one that bounced off Calvin Austin's hands. The other interception was the desperation. They're trying to throw the ball, trying to find a way for something to happen, and forcing something at the end of the game when the game was already over. But look at the rushing numbers. That's the main thing right there. Look at the rushing numbers. Kenneth Walker had 13 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown. Steelers, Jalen Warren had 14 for 48 yards. He also had 4 catches for 86 yards. He led our team in rushing and receiving as well. You look at the team stats in general. Steelers only had 72 rushing yards, still under 100 again, back-to-back weeks. Last week had 50-something rushing yards. This week, 72 rushing yards. Like I mentioned before, Rodgers did look good in that first game, but you can't account for him to do that every game. Like I mentioned, he's going to beat Aaron Rodgers 80% of the time, probably 75, 80% of the time. But that's what the games you need to be able to run the football, be able to take some pressure off of him. We can be able to use play action, do different things. But the Steelers, for some reason, Arthur Smith not really trying to emphasize the run. I thought Jalen Warren was getting some good runs here and there, but not emphasizing the run a lot and not being effective with it and being creative with the run game. And you look at it right there, 72 rushing yards. They had 117 rushing yards. And then you look at, of course, third down. Steelers 5 for 15 on third down. You can't win like that. 5 for 15 on third down? Really? 5 for 15. You can't win like that. And then, of course, fourth down, we went for it. We got 1 conversion on fourth down, but Steelers just doesn't look good at all. 3 sacks again. Rodgers allowed 3 sacks, of course, and we got a few sacks on the other side, 2 sacks on the other side, 2 turnovers, of course, as well. But when you go out there and play like that, you lose the time of possession as well. The Seahawks had 31 minutes time possession. Steelers 28. But yeah, that's how you lose the game. And then player stats, really, besides Jalen Warren, I'm trying to see who really did like a lot. Because you look at the Seahawks side of things, Cooper Kupp was eating us alive at one point. He had 90 yards, 7 catches. Then JSN had 8 catches for 103 yards. And then you look at the Steelers side of receivers. Jalen Warren, 4 catches, 86 yards. And then you look at, and probably mostly because that big run he had too as well. Pat Fryermuth, 3 catches, 31 yards. Jonnu Smith, 4 catches, 27 yards. I was hoping to see the tight ends get more looks. Like that, I'm like, man. And then you look at Calvin Austin, he only had 1 catch, 22 yards. That was at the end of the game, garbage time. DK Metcalf, 3 catches, 20 yards, touchdown. DK Metcalf, he did the ball a lot more. I know he had a few drops, of course, but DK Metcalf, the reason he succeeded a lot in Seattle is because of screen passes. They were able to get the ball in space, get the ball in crossing routes, screen passes, getting the ball in space. Let him go out there and utilize his own legs. For some reason, Arthur Smith was trying to play this conservative style of play calling a little bit. I know the O-line is not the best, but you got to get the ball to your pass catchers and playmakers, of course, as well. And if your O-line is bad, quick throws. It was working at first when we came out to halftime, doing quick throws and doing good looks, but for some reason the Steelers reverted back to doing what they was doing at first. So we'll see what happens. He said if I continue to see Broderick Jones watch the game instead of playing the game, he looks like the lost kid out there. Yes, I agree exactly. 100%, Coley. Because Broderick Jones, I don't know what's going on. Like, last week was horrible. Allowed 3 sacks, 4 pressures. This week, not so good either. It's better than last week, but when the bar is in hell, of course, anything is better than last week. So, Broderick Jones, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, at first, people saying, well, he get on the left side, he'll be good. I was like, okay, we'll see how he look on the left side. He on the left side now, he's still not good. So, I don't know what's going on. They might have to make a move. Yeah, we have $38 million in cap space. I know it's early on. You want to be overreacting, but I don't know if it's going to get any better from Broderick Jones on the other side. Because, like, I see him and Siamalu, the main 2 people. Every time I see them on the screen, they're chasing the blocker. I'm like, if you're chasing the blocker, that's bad. I see that a lot like that. Like the person get past them and they chasing them, trying to stop them from getting the quarterback, and they end up getting sacked and stuff. So it's just been very bad, of course, for the O-line just not playing consistent enough, not being able to hold up and be able for us to run the ball effectively. Now we could have had more, I think, on the ground if Arthur Smith emphasized that a lot more. But for some reason we try to air the ball out a lot for no reason like that. So we'll see what happens. Of course, next week at the Patriots. I believe the Patriots. Oh, actually, I don't know if they won their game or not. They played the Dolphins, so they're gonna roll. You know, yep, Patriots beat the Dolphins, which is crazy. Patriots beat the Dolphins. Now, Dolphins defense is shaky, of course. Our defense is shaky too, but Patriots beat the Dolphins. Drake May had 230 yards, 19 for 23, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. They ran the ball 54 yards. For Stevenson had 5 catches as well. So yeah, they did their thing, I think, in that game. So hopefully we'll see if we can find a way to beat the Patriots on the road. We should be able to. I had us going 3-1. I did the schedule prediction last time. I had us going 3-1 over the first course. I thought the game we'll lose would be next week because for some reason the Patriots always seem to beat us. But I'm hoping now that we can still go 3-1 over the 4 games if we win next week and see how things shape out. Luckily, this loss is an NFC loss, so it shouldn't affect you too much in the long run of things. But that's a game right there you could have won. You could have won that game. When you see a game like that, when you go back and watch it, you're like, man, we could have won this game by doing this or that. All we had to do was just be smart and be prepared like that. So we'll see. The Steelers can find a way to bounce back. But yeah, like you said too, the Steelers, Broderick Jones, I feel like even if I don't know, they might have to go out there and just look and just like see if they can find a way to bring another guy in if they can. Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then TJ Watt, we need you to step up. You got to make a play. You got paid the big time money, and that's what happens when you do them holdouts and them hold ins and all that stuff like that. When you come back, the microscope will be on you. A lot of people will be looking at you like, okay, you did the holdout. Let's see if you're actually going to do what you do. We know TJ Watt is a future Hall of Famer. We know that for sure. Future Hall of Famer, Defensive Player of the Year, all-time All-Pro. But we're talking about right now. Right now, in the moment, you got to go out there and you got to play good. I'm like, we need TJ Watt to make plays like that on the outside. Jack Sawyer, the rookie, has more sacks than you. He don't even start. He had a sack today. We see Peyton Wilson. He's not even the edge rusher. He had a sack too as well, like that. So you got to be able to make plays, and also too, the Steelers got to get better. Like tackling has been the main thing for the past few years. Like they get there and make the play. Patrick Queen, that one play where the Seahawks got the little first down to keep their drive alive, that kind of basically ended our game. Patrick Queen, you're right there. You're right there. You get the blitz in. You're right there, and you get Sam Darnold hit a spin move on you, and then throw the ball. I'm like, come on, man. Like that right there is just ridiculous. It says, it needs to be the last time we invest so much money in the defense. Yes, they better get it together quick. Offense, the whole team needs to step up. Fryermuth ball. Yeah, Fryermuth has some big catches, but he can't get targeted a lot because the offensive line not holding up. Like you want to see Jonnu Smith And Pat Fryermuth get a lot of targets. DK Metcalf, same thing. Calvin Austin, but the offensive line can't hold up. So the Steelers been going to approach to saying, we have the highest paid defense. How many playoff wins you got with the highest paid defense? I'll wait. Ain't that hard. Zero playoff wins with the highest paid defense in the past few years. It's time to take some money from that side and put it on the offensive side. You look at some of the best teams in the league. The Eagles got money on the offense. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all those pieces, the old line they have. Look at the offensive things like that. Look at the Chargers, where they put some money on the offense as well, going out there adding pieces, of course. Your defense will still be solid enough, but put some money on offense. Go out there and get some top-level guys on the old line. The best teams the past few years have won with offense. Look at the Eagles. Look at the Chiefs. Offense. They have number 15. They have Travis Kelce, all these receivers over there. They go out there and make things happen. Of course, defensively, you have guys up front who can make plays like that as well, but you want to be able to go out there in this day and age, offense. Defense is, of course, maybe this is 2010. You can win with defense. Is it 2015? Maybe. But nowadays, the defense can't play the same way they used to play. So you can't win games like you used to win like that with defense. So you got to go out there and spend some money. Spend some money on offense. We did spend some money getting DK Metcalf, of course, added to the roster. And then you went out there and added Jonnu Smith, of course. But O-line. They said we rolled the same O-line. Like, Zach Frazier is good. Latanu is good. McCormick does a solid job as well. But Bradley Jones and Siamalu, those are two guys that have been a little shaky at times like that too as well. I'm saying Siamalu getting a little older, of course. Bradley Jones, I don't know what's wrong with him fully. The Steelers traded up in the draft to get him, but you gotta make a move. You might have to make a move, go out there so you can find a veteran tackle to bring in or something. But as of right now, the Steelers just look very poor offensively, like on offensive line and stuff. They got to do what they want to do. So we'll see what happens, of course, fully. But it's basically all I have to say this video. All I have to say this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys on my channel, on the Arsenal D.B channel. I'll be doing a video on what went wrong since we lost. I usually do what went right, what went wrong. But since we lost, it'll be what went wrong. And I'll have that video up by 5 o'clock or something. So don't look out for that. But yeah, that right there is a game you should have won. You should have won that game. A lot of mishaps. That kick return play. You got to feel that ball. So we'll see what happens next week. You play the Patriots in New England, so hopefully we can beat the Patriots. We should be able to beat them. Because on paper, you'd be like, the Steelers team is very good, but you don't win the game by your name. You win the game by playing the game. So we'll see what the Steelers do in this next matchup, see some adjustments they make, and hopefully offensive adjustments too. Like, you know the pass rush, your offensive line can't hold up. Go to the quick pass. Go quick pass, make that be your extension of your run game, and also establish the run. Like that big personnel's out there where you have tight ends. Usually you'll see a lot of those personnel out there. Arthur Smith loved putting the 2 tight ends out, 12 personnel, 13 personnel, but for some reason, he's trying to do something different a little bit. And a lot of empty sets. I don't know why you're going empty, because you don't have the right amount of like blockers out there like that. Like the O-line not good enough to go empty constantly like that throughout the game. So we'll see if the Steelers can make some adjustments and bounce back. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys can like this, and I'll see you guys next time. It says the Bengals they beat the Jaguars. Oh dang, they came back and beat the Jaguars. So now we third in the division now, I think, after this loss. So we'll see what happens. But peace out.